Alright, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I brought Amber back with me today.
Hi.
I'm so excited. We have extensively gone over y'all's comments on the first video that we did, which I will put up in a little tab somewhere on the screen in case you missed it. And we've gone over all the questions that you had, and we're starting a Q&A series because there were just so many, and we wanted to kind of break it down into shorter videos so that you could watch the ones you were interested in, not watch the ones you weren't interested in, and get the most out of the information that she is going to provide for us. So I think once we went through all the questions, the main one that was asked, if we counted what questions were asked when, the main one that was asked was, what order do I use my products? Do I use the retinol with the glycolics? Do I use my lactic acids with my vitamin C acids? There's so many questions because there's so many products, and I know YouTube especially just inundates people because they're like, buy my products, they get sent this package, you want to buy these products, and then you end up buying all of them because you think that one product is going to do wonders for your skin, and before you know it, you're using like 50 different products on your face, and you don't know which ones do I use first to get the most effect. So I think that's going to be our first question. In what order do we need to apply our products? Does it matter what goes with what, what we use in the morning, what we use at night, and so on and so forth?
Okay. Yes. So the answer to that, as far as what we use at night versus what we use during the day, does it matter? Yes, it does. And the reason is because, so for instance, vitamin C. A vitamin C serum is going to help with free radicals. It's going to help protect your skin, and free radicals are environmental
Pollution and
things like that. So your vitamin C, think of vitamin C is the sun. So you would wear your vitamin C during the daytime. That's going to be the best time to get the best benefit. And most vitamin C's are either going to be in a serum based, meaning like a really liquidy, almost like a watery feeling. They're going to be an oily type feeling, and they're also going to be in a silicone based. So as far as when to put your vitamin C on, just put it on before your moisturizer. If you have several serums or oils, if you have, a certain type of oil that you like right now today I have on a vitamin C serum that's got a little bit of an oily consistency to it. I'm also wearing my hyaluronic acid, which has got a little bit more of a silicone base to it. So I put my oilier or thinner consistency serum, my vitamin C, on first, and then I just put my hyaluronic acid, which has got the silicone base, on top of it. And then I follow it up with my moisturizer.
So in the case that like my vitamin C, the Skin Medica vitamin C and E is more of a silicone base.
Right.
In that case, if I were to use a hyaluronic acid gel, which is a little bit thinner, doesn't have a silicone base, then I would switch that up. So I would use the hyaluronic acid first and then the vitamin C on top.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. This is what I tell my clients. Anything that's heavier, anything like moisturizers, your sunscreens, any type of, anything that's got a heavier, creamier consistency, you're going to want to put that on last. Things before, such as like your eye serums, or your vitamin C serum, your skin brightening serums, anything that's going to be more of a liquidy, that's going to be like in a dropper, or that's going to be something when you put it on your hand that it kind of rolls off your hand. Anything that is a liquid form, you're going to want to put on first. You want to go from lightest to heaviest. Then you follow up after that. It's not like it's going to necessarily cancel something out if you use a vitamin C serum and then, like you said, a rosehip oil, or if you use, like, I really like an herbal oil from Eminence. And then I also like, like I said, my hyaluronic acid. It's not going to cancel one out over the other. It's not going to penetrate through a creamy moisturizer consistency.
So I've been told also, for those of us, because I know there's a lot of us that have multiple serums, I've been told that you're going to want to put the first serum on that you want the most punch from. So for instance, if you have a lot of hyperpigmentation and you've been told that the vitamin C is really going to help you in that.
Right.
And that's your biggest concern, but you've also got a hyaluronic acid that's the same consistency, and a growth factor serum that's the same consistency, does it really make a difference to put the vitamin C on first?
So majority of the time, your consistencies are going to be slightly different.
Okay.
I will say this. Whenever I put on my growth factor, the TNS, the Tissue Nutrient Serum from Skin Medica, I use that first.
You do? Okay.
I use that first because that is something you want to penetrate.
But it's got so much stuff in it. Like you were telling me when I had my hydrofacial, the TNS, and I know I'm interrupting y'all. I've told you before, like this is just how
That's how we are.
How we roll. So it has so much stuff in it, like the vitamin C. And
you're talking about the essential serum.
Oh, you're not talking about that?
There's two, and I should clarify.
Okay.
There is two Skin Medica growth factor serums, if you will. One is just the plain growth factor. It's called the TNS Recovery Complex.
Okay, see, I'm learning something too.
That is just the growth factor alone.
Okay.
There's no vitamin C, there's no antioxidants, it's straight growth factor. That is great for people with oily skin, such as myself. That is great for people who are prone to acne.
Sorry.
Turn your phone on vibrate, please. And then that's really good for people who are prone to redness. It is a recovery complex. So growth factor alone helps with a lot of different things. Now, the Tissue Nutrient Serum, which is the TNS.
The duo chamber that we all know about. The $300 serum.
That's the big daddy.
Yes.
That one is more for, it's got your vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
That is more for normal to dry skin types or people like Mandy who don't have many breakouts. I'm sorry, I have this hair that keeps, I keep scratching my forehead. It keeps flying in my face. It's the one that is good for people who can tolerate more rich ingredients, such as, the vitamin C, the amino acids, and a few of those other ingredients. I've used it before, and I've also had clients who've used it before, and the ones that are prone to breakouts and to be a little bit more oily
should just stick with the regular growth factor.
Can't tolerate it as well because it can sometimes cause a breakout.
Okay.
So clarify on that.
Okay.
So
you put that on first. The recovery.
The recovery complex, the one just by itself, I put it on first. Then I follow up with my vitamin C serum.
Now, is it the thinnest out of all of those?
Absolutely.
Okay.
When it goes on, it dries, it completely disappears. There is nothing about that serum or they don't even call it a serum. It's actually just a complex recovery complex because there's no hydration, no oily residue. There is nothing left on the skin once it's
basically
on. It disappears.
They can still go by the rule of thinnest to
absolutely
heaviest. And does it really make a difference if you don't know? I know that there's varying consistencies from every product, but if somebody really doesn't know if my vitamin C or my hyaluronic acid, which one is thinner, but they want more from the vitamin C, does it really make a difference to put that on first?
No, it doesn't. But I will say this, and this is why us as skincare professionals prefer you see someone to help you, because I always write down what my clients or my patients should be using so they know their order. If you buy things over the counter or if you just have a handful of products, you don't always know. So you don't necessarily have to go to an esthetician and get a facial in order to ask for a consultation about products and product knowledge.
So you're just going to call and ask for a consultation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I just think that it's important because you're not always going to know, but if you have a handful of products and you're not sure what to use, just as a rule of thumb, lightest to heaviest.
Okay. Now, I know a lot of y'all also are going to ask, do I mix my acids with my retinol? That's a huge question. Do they mix their acids with a retinol?
It depends.
Okay.
So your retinol or your Retin-A is strictly at nighttime. And the reason is because it makes you photosensitive to the sun. You will be more susceptible to sunburn, sun damage.
Even with a good SPF.
And hyperpigmentation. Yeah. Under no circumstances should you wear a Retin-A or a retinol during the daytime. especially in the summertime. If you're on vacation, if you're going to the beach, if you're going to be at the pool, if you're going to be at a football game, whatever, just don't use it the night before.
Right.
And don't use it for those few days or whatever that you're on vacation.
It's not going to make that big of a difference.
It's not going to kill your skin, or your skin's not going to age 20 years.
The positive benefits that you would have gotten is far outweighed from the negative ones that if you get in the sun right after you used it.
Retin-A exfoliates the skin, so it's turning those cells over so new skin can come to the surface. So it makes your skin vulnerable to anything. It puts it in a compromised state if you have new exfoliated skin and you go out into the sun. Okay, so your Retin-A's are at nighttime only. As far as what you can use during the day, I can use, and even Mandy can use, a glycolic during the day. She has a glycolic peel patch she can use in the morning.
The Dr. Dennis Gross that I always talk about, I use those in the morning. That's really the only glycolic that I use, or lactic, because that's got all of it, in the morning. I save the rest of them on alternating nights of my retinol, because I don't use retinol every night. So.
Right. And some people can't tolerate retinol every day, but as far as mixing them, so you can use different acid. There are alpha hydroxy acids. There is, like Mandy just mentioned, lactic acid, glycolic acid, salicylic acid. These are things I would not recommend using without someone consulting you, because you will run the risk of making your skin very irritated, red, itchy, blotchy. It can cause flakiness. There's a lot of sensitivity that comes along with using acids. Can you use Retin-A along with a glycolic, or glycolic with a salicylic? Absolutely, you can mix them. But there's a lot that goes into that. So that's why we always say, have a consultation or ask someone. If you have a friend, your sister, anybody that you know in the family that's an esthetician or that even just knows skincare, ask them. And I mean, it's not going to hurt to call your local spa.
If I were new, do I have to pay for a consultation?
Everyone's different. Okay. I personally don't. Okay. I don't necessarily charge for a consultation. There are places that will charge for a consultation.
So it's just different. It might be something to call around for.
It just depends. Yeah. But you can always just call and say, I want to come in for a consultation. I want you to tell me what I need to use for my skin. I mean, of course, the goal is to either get a facial or buy product from wherever you're going. Right. But they can at least help guide you. Okay. So yes, the answer is yes.
I mean, really, it's very important to not get so caught up, and I've been guilty of it too, to get so caught up in the new product launches and what they claim to do for your skin, and oh, you're going to look 20 years younger, and oh, you need to use this acid, especially acids, because they are saturated so heavily across the market right now. It is the thing to use acids on your face. It's really important to really make sure. I mean, it's like saying get a recommendation from your physician when they're talking about like medicines and stuff. It's the same thing. I mean, you're essentially putting like medicine on your face. You need a specialist and somebody who has been trained in these ingredients to tell you yay or nay as far as the order. Now, one thing I know that every esthetician is going to tell you to use is SPF. So I think we're going to, because I know we've probably talked a little bit longer than we wanted to, because we just do that. I think I want to end the video talking about SPF very quickly, because I had a couple of y'all ask the importance of the actual ingredients in an SPF, and when maybe to apply it. So kind of piggybacking off of the order of how we put our products on, when do you put your SPF on in the morning? Do you put it on before your moisturizer or after your moisturizer?
Rule of thumb, it goes on closest to the sun. As far as if you don't wear makeup, then of course your SPF is going to be the last thing that you put on. But if you do wear makeup, you want to put your sunscreen on before your makeup. So your list is going to be, or your order is going to be thinnest to heaviest, and then the very last thing that's closest to the sun besides your makeup is going to be your SPF.
Okay, now how important is or are the ingredients in your SPF, and why is it important that I personally, and I'm not an esthetician, I'm going to tell you, I've told y'all this 18,000 times, I don't go to the bus stop without my brows and my SPF. Those are the two most important things on my face, are my brows and my SPF.
Don't go to the bus stop without your brows and your SPF.
My point is, if you're going to spend money on something, I've always told y'all to spend money on skincare. If you can only buy one thing for skincare, buy a good SPF. This is my opinion. I don't know what you're going to say. But I think that is the first and most important step in anti-aging, is to protect your face from the sun.
I mean, everyone knows the more time you spend in the sun, the more susceptible you are to wrinkles. You're going to be more susceptible to skin cancer. You're going to be more susceptible to that leathery, just unhealthy skin. So your SPF needs to have the cancer stamp of approval. And what that means is all of the ingredients are active. And it basically, the sunscreen that you get over the counter doesn't necessarily cover and protect you from the anti-aging rays. You can go and buy a banana boat, you can buy Hawaiian Tropics, you can buy any over-the-counter sunscreen that you want. And unless you buy an SPF 10 or 15, you're going to be protected from a sunburn.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no there's no ingredients that are going to protect you from your anti-aging rays.
Okay.
So you want to make sure, that's why we make such a big deal about the difference in an over-the-counter sunscreen and a sunscreen that you can get from a reputable either doctor or dermatologist or skincare line, is because of the ingredients. There's research involved. There are what we call white papers. There are scientists involved. There's just a lot that goes into making an SPF, and to have that cancer stamp of approval that they approve that it is going to protect your skin from everything out there that can, cause skin cancer, that can cause, melanoma, that can cause aging rays. It's just, there's a lot more to it than just going and buying a $5 sunscreen at the dollar store.
So again, another reason to consult an esthetician. I can't say it enough, because honestly, if you can find one that doesn't charge you for a consult, you're not missing out on anything. So there's really no reason to say I can't afford that.
And I will say, if you have a dermatologist, okay, let me throw this in there real quick and then we'll be done. Get your yearly skincare checkups also. So while you're there at the dermatology office, and while you're there, say, hey, do you have an esthetician here? I want to ask her about a specific sunscreen, or I want to ask her what she thinks about using this versus that.
Do most dermatologists have estheticians?
I don't want to say most, but a lot of them do. Because
they'll at least be able to recommend one, right? That they think? Or no?
It depends, because I will say this, it's becoming more and more popular that estheticians are in derm offices because they work hand in hand.
Right.
So it's very rare that you would find a dermatologist that doesn't have someone there that can help guide you with at least sunscreens or some sort of skincare products. Or
a lot of them sell them in office.
Absolutely.
You can leave with it right then. Which is so important. I'm telling you, it's so important.
And it doesn't have to be $100 sunscreen.
No, I mean, my Elta MD is my absolute favorite sunscreen ever. I've told you this. I've gone through, I can't even count how many bottles, and it's $34.
Done.
I'm like, that's cheaper than any foundation I'm looking at right now on my vanity. So I would rather have that than a foundation. If you cannot
get medical grade skincare or a reputable skincare line, if you can't do everything at once, my recommendation that I tell every single client, save at least once a month, put a little bit of money aside to buy you one product every month from, whatever income however you get your income, however you can do that, or do one at a time every 3 months. Buy one good product until you have a full line.
Okay.
Just do a little bit at a time. Some of us aren't able to buy $500 worth of skincare in one setting. Just do a little bit at a time. Just put a little bit of money away each, opportunity you can for good skincare.
Just get SPF first. That's all I'm saying. No, I'm not trained, but get SPF first. I mean, it's so important.
I always say, if the sun can see you, or if you can see the sun can see you.
Yes.
I don't care if you're driving in the car, if you're sitting in a restaurant eating
lunch. If it's raining, I put my SPF on. I don't mess with the sun. I don't mess with the sun. I want to be 75 and look like I'm 55, and I know that's pushing it, but that is a dream of mine, and I am on my way to accomplishing it.
There are ways to get it done, ladies.
Yes.
And gentlemen, there are ways, I'm telling you.
Hydrofacials, Botox, and sunscreen.
And spray tan.
And spray tan. Not on your face, though.
No, but I just mean, if you want to have a sun glow, people don't want to use sunscreen all the time because they say, I want to have a suntan. Well,
get a fake tan, yes.
And bronzer.
150%, yeah. We could go on and on.
Okay.
So, I love how we said we wanted to make this a 7-minute video, and it's like 20 minutes already, but take it or leave it. Hopefully we answered some of your questions about the order. We are going to stop this one and we're going to go right into filming one about best products for acneic and oily skin. So if you have that, be sure and stay tuned for that. That will be up in a couple weeks. As always, keep asking those questions. Who knows? This might be like a 10-part series. Who knows?
The way it's going.
Yes. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a very blessed day.